What's going on YouTube? It's Mike here, and today guys I'm going to do a full recap on the event from Apple on Tuesday, October 4th, 2011, which is today. Now today Apple held their conference in the Cupertino campus over at the Apple headquarters at One Infinite Loop, and there have been a few new things discussed, but the one big thing is what I'm going to get to in a minute, and that is the new iPhone. Now I'm going to go over everything we heard in this event, but the first and most important thing I'm going to go over is the new iPhone. Now, guys, unfortunately this year, we did not get a new iPhone 5 as we all hoped and promised, but I actually kind of knew that was coming, as I didn't really prove in yesterday's video because I had my hopes high for this iPhone 5. Now, we actually got an iPhone 4S. Basically, this is an iPhone 4, just a little bit bumped up better in terms of specs, with Apple's A5 chip, an 8 megapixel camera with 1080p video recording, a better camera taking pictures in general, and some new features here and there. A really cool voice control type of feature. Siri, SIRI is the new feature, and basically what you could do is you hold down the home button on your new iPhone 4S, and basically you can tell it simple questions as I discussed in yesterday's video, like asking, what is the square root of pi, or how do I get to this, or can you tell me? It just answers really good questions, and it makes your life a lot simpler, which is cool. The other thing, we talked about the A5 chip. We talked about the better camera than 1080p. Now, the iPhone 4S will come installed with iOS 5. Obviously, when you do get it, the GM of iOS 5 was just released to developers today. But if you're not a developer, the GMs, you don't need to be a developer. So go ahead and look online. I'm not giving links, but go ahead and look online to actually get the GM. And you can download it and see how iOS 5 actually is. And it does work because I could put it on my iPad right now, which isn't a registered UDID, and it would work fine. So the GM is out now, and the official release of iOS 5 comes out the 12th, which is next Monday or Tuesday. I'm not really sure on that because my whole week has been mixed up. The other thing, we are also getting iCloud on this new iPhone 4S, which we kind of knew, the Retina display, and of course FaceTime. I think I'm mostly looking forward to the 1080p video recording and Siri, because Siri seems like a very, very awesome update to this actual OS, and there's a lot of new things. Actually, Siri is in the beta, so when we actually get this on the 4S, it's still kind of in the beta stages, even for the public. So if it's a little bit buggy, well, there's something to expect, so don't be saying this and that doesn't work. But I think it's going to be working pretty well as demoed today in the conference. Now, in terms of hardware, besides the A5 chip and the new camera, there really isn't anything new. We obviously are getting the same design as shown in the picture here. We're going to get the white and black on the same day, which the release date, Apple starts taking pre-orders for this new iPhone on October 7th, and it's available in stores 8 a.m. on October 14th, which is Friday, coincidentally enough, my birthday. Exciting. So I am going to pick one of these up. I'm going to get a white 16GB iPhone 4S. I'm going to get it on release date, and I can't wait. I'm really excited for this because I could definitely use an upgrade from my 3GS. And like I said, there is no real design. It's the same. We are getting AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint. I don't know if Sprint is coming in on the release date. I know it is coming for the iPhone 4, which has actually been marked down. Talk about that in a minute, but I do know that we're also getting a Sprint iPhone. No T-Mobile this year, maybe next year, but I don't think it's going to be for the 4S. Now, guys, where are we in terms of pricing models? Now, the iPhone 3G has been marked down to $0 by Apple. Now, don't be getting off the hook, oh, wow, it's free, let me go get an iPhone, because you do need a 2-year contract, and that's only going to be for AT&T. There is no Verizon and Sprint. Or Sprint. Now, the iPhone 4, they've made an 8GB model. Apple's made an 8GB model, and it's only $100 on AT&T, Verizon, soon Sprint. But if you do want a 16 or 32GB model, you are going to have to actually pay the full price that it's always been at. But there is a smaller 8GB version that they made for only $100. Kind of like the way when the iPhone 4 came out, they began with the 3GS. And the iPhone 4S will be regular prices like the iPhone 4, 200, 300, and so on. So that's the iPhone 4S. And guys, be watching my YouTube channel because I'm going to be doing an unboxing, a review, and an HD video test, and hopefully some more videos on it because there's a lot of new stuff. I guess the next thing I want to go over is the new iPod Touch. Well, not really new. It's still the iPod Touch 4G. There's nothing new about it. Still got the regular A4 chip and the 720p. The only thing new about the iPod Touch is we now have it available in a white color. Kind of looks like the iPad 2, just a lot smaller, and that's a reason why I probably won't go out and get this thing when I already have one. Although the white does look nice, I'll say right now. There aren't many updates to the iPod Touch, but it is available in white now, and there's some little benchmarks here and there. The fact that it's the #1 portable game player. iPad got no updates. In terms of the iPod Shuffle and iPod Classic, we got nothing for that, but we did get a few things for the iPod Nano, and that's mainly a software update, basically an easier to use home screen, and there's a few updates to kind of customize it and make it like a watch. I think Apple should just name this thing iWatch at this point because there's a lot of new customizations, and you might want to check this out. Just head off to apple.com/iPod Nano. There's some cool little features, and it's just starting at $129, which is a pretty good price for an iPod Nano. I remember mine was like $400, but that was like when I got the first generation iPod Nano. So that's about it. I mean, there's little updates here and there that Apple brought in. iOS 5 is coming very soon, you guys, as well as iCloud. That's coming around the 12th as well. Apple's put a few new apps in the market. There's an app called Find My Friends that's going to be available for the iPhone, iPod, and iPad, and basically what you're going to be able to do with that is find your friends. Kind of stalkerish, Apple, don't you think? Basically what you could do is you could find your friends in a certain range and be able to see where they are and meet up with them if you guys are nearby, I guess. The other new app is called Cards, and basically what you could do is you can make it's kind of like the Hallmark Killer. You can make thank you cards, birthday invitations, and basically they're at really cheap prices too, and you use Apple styles, which is actually really cool and useful, and I think I might even be using this because I do have to send out a lot of thank yous sometimes at parties. So, and then we got the standard Apple apps like iMovie, iBooks, Keynote, Pages, Numbers, and so on. So I actually can't wait to see how Cards and Find My Friends turns out. That should be exciting to see. I think Find My Friends refers more to like Maps and Game Center. I think that's where it can be integrated into. We'll just have to wait and see. And guys, aside from that, that's it. If you do want to check out all this new stuff, you can head off to apple.com. If you're really lazy, there will be a link in the description. I'm not going to give links to every separate thing because Apple just makes it so easy to navigate on the website. You only need one link, and from there you can check out all the new stuff. You can actually watch the live keynote that was filmed already. It is a pretty cool keynote. I loved watching it, and you might want to check it out. You could see the video on the 4S. I just don't think there's any ads out yet. We'll just have to wait for that one. But that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed the picture slideshow as well. And thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please leave some comments below on your thoughts. Of course, rate, give this video a thumbs up, and click the subscribe button up top. Stay tuned for the unboxing and review of the iPhone 4S, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.